some opening comments from Coach, and then we'll go to questions in the room and then on Zoom. Take it away, Coach.
Yeah, a tough game today. I give Connecticut a lot of credit. They came out, they competed. I thought, they really outplayed us for a lot of this game, and they deserve to win.
Question for you.
Coach, what do you feel was the downfall for you guys today? You guys had a chance to go.
Well, I thought, we have been moving the ball and having great pace to what we've been doing, and I didn't think that was as sharp today, so we weren't getting the quality of shot that we've been getting the last 4 games. But Connecticut played great defense. They made it tough on us. They didn't let us move the balls easily, and then also, Marina and Tina both had great games. They're great players, and we're really trying to make things tough on them, and they made some tough shots, and we made a couple runs. I thought we might be able to pull this out, but give them credit. They made the plays down the stretch to win the game.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Hey, Coach. Did Connecticut do anything different that may have hampered Leash a little bit today? What do you think about the defense they played on her?
Well, they definitely. I mean, they were trying to make things difficult on her, and they were trying to keep the ball out of her hands some. And but I think she isn't playing point guard for us, so we need to keep the ball moving and then getting into actions. And that's kind of why Leash has been so good. At the beginning of the season, we've been moving the ball, everybody's been touching it, and then we found, we create opportunities that way. So if the ball doesn't move as well, she's not going to get as many opportunities.
Go ahead, Wilson.
Coach, there were some different times in the game where Mabry was switched up. She was switched up on Jordan, specifically in the paint. What per se went wrong there? Because I feel like Connecticut kind of used that to their advantage in some of those scoring opportunities. Of course, obviously, she was also getting to the rim as well.
Yeah. We got caught in switches there, and then Marina was smart. She, thought she had a size advantage in the post, so she went down there. At that point, we got to help our teammate out. You have to, come over and help and make it difficult to get the ball inside of Marina. You can't leave, JC at a disadvantage at the rim like that for as long as we did. Now, to be fair, we haven't been in that situation a lot. Obviously, JC just got back, and we haven't spent a lot of time with, being able to bounce out some of these mismatches, and that's obviously something that we're going to have to work on going forward.
And a quick follow-up, really quick. When you look at Alicia Gray, obviously she still had double figures, but would you say it was more so of her just not being able to knock down some shots, or would you credit more so of Sanaya Rivers' defense?
Well, I thought the defense was excellent, and then I thought our ball movement wasn't very good, and so there was a lot of standing and staring and kind of over dribbling instead of moving the ball, and we're going to be at our best scoring when we can start spacing people out, having the ball move, and then executing actions. And unfortunately, in practice, we've looked very good, and then today, for whatever reason, it was just a little stagnant.
Go ahead, Megan.
Hey, Coach. You kind of touched on it just a few minutes ago, but I know this is Jordan's first game back, but what did you think of her play tonight? How would you evaluate her?
Well, she's been out for a long time, and this is her first game. I'm sure she would like it to go better, but she's really good. She's been really good in practice. I think it's just one of those things where she's going to need to get in the game and get the feeling of the speed of the game again, and then she'll be fine.
Go ahead, Jennifer.
Jennifer Partee from Let's Talk Women in Basketball. Hi, Coach.
Hi.
Despite the loss, what positives do you take away from tonight's game?
Well, I thought we showed some competitiveness. I thought we were kind of playing like ourselves for a little stretch at the end of the third. That's when I thought we were going to be able to come back, because we were playing with a little fire at that point. But, we started off the fourth quarter, had a couple decent looks and didn't make them, and they did. And then I thought we were pressing a little bit. uh, and forcing some things, but there's always stuff to learn. Uh, no matter what the game, I thought Nas did a really good job for us. Uh, she's been giving us great minutes off the bench. So I would say that was probably one of the highlights.
Go ahead, Blake.
Hey, Coach, this is Blake Stradot from Blake's Take and W Swish. What was the difference with y'all's offensive and defensive execution in the first half compared to the second half?
Well, I don't think the offensive execution was great like most of the game. Like it just didn't have the pace to it that we need to get the kind of shots we wanted. And I thought we settled for some shots that uh aren't at the quality that we're expecting to get. Now, they were locked in defensively. They had a lot of pressure. They were taking some things away, but uh, when that happens, it's all the more important to make sure that you have a lot of movement and that you're executing your screening and cutting. And I didn't think that was great, but I watched the film and maybe I'm being too harsh on it, but that's kind of what I thought I was seeing during the game.
Thank you, Coach.
And we'll finish up with Riley. Riley, go ahead.
Coach, I do want to go back and touch on Nas, like you mentioned, because the bench did outscore Connecticut's 22-9. With that being said, how do you really evaluate their rhythm tonight, and could we see extended minutes for them going forward?
Yeah, I think it's a game to game thing. You kind of get a feel for who's playing well and who's playing well with each other. And then obviously today we were kind of mixing Jordan in as well, getting her a chance to get back in the flow of things. But I think it's a long season. Everybody's going to get their opportunity at some extended minutes, and they just need to be ready when called upon. But I thought the bench players when they came in, they did pretty well.
Thank you for your time, everyone. We'll be back with the players.
Thank you, guys.
AJ, Niles, go to straight to questions in the room. Go ahead.
You guys just sum this up. 2-3 words. What do you think?
I'll say this, we had some stretches after halftime where we looked really good and we were moving, passing inside, outside, and we weren't rattled at all. We just got to start the game like that. Like if we would have started the game like that, it would have been a different outcome. But yeah, no, we got some good stuff to go back and look at, and then we have some stuff that we really need to work on. So, we'll get back to practice. We're not gonna let this one hold us over, but definitely learn from it and on to the next team.
Agreed. I think that, in every loss, there's some learning. And that's exactly, what we're gonna do. We're gonna learn from it, build from it, watch film, and just prepare for our next game. That's the good thing about this league is for most of the time, you don't have to wait a whole week, for your next game, so you can bounce back. But we're prepared. We know what we have to do to be better, get better. We saw some glimpses of that, but we also saw some things like VG said that we need to be better at.
We'll go straight to Zoom. Go ahead, Glaze.
Nas, I'll start with you. I'll ask you this question. Y'all had a great 9-0 run at the end of the third, bring it down to 1. What do you feel like was the biggest difference in that fourth quarter that allowed them to get the win?
Yeah, I think, down the stretch, they made some tough buckets, some of their shots. Like I said, we're tough. They went in when we weren't able to get those stops, whether they were tough or not. You still say that you didn't get the stop. And some of the buckets that we felt like usually going for us didn't. Sometimes that's just how the ball bounces, and you live with those results if those are the shots that you were willing to take or the shots you were willing to give up, to the other team.
Go ahead, Megan.
Hey BG, hey Nas, good to see both of you. Wanted to ask you this question, BG. Nas had 14 points off the bench tonight, which I thought was fantastic. What did you see and what were you most impressed by with her game tonight?
Nas does it for us every night. Honestly, I feel like she comes in with energy. She's going to pressure. She's going to make it tough for the post to, catch the ball. She's going to do all the little things we need her to do, and she's consistently always doing that. What y'all don't get to see is, her talking to us on the bench in timeouts. She's always saying the right thing and just being positive and making sure we see the reads that we need to see.
Go ahead, Riley.
Thanks.
My question's for BG. You grabbed 6 boards tonight, but the team had trouble turning those defensive rebounds into fast breaks. Do you feel that was due to a lack of balance on the floor or more about Connecticut's ability to slow the game down?
I have to go back and look at the game. It's kind of a blur right now. Everything fresh right off the game. So I have to go back and look at it. But you know, we're going to try to get the boards, try to get out of transition. Credit to Connecticut. You know, they had a game plan tonight, and you know they executed it well. And like I said, we'll just look at the film, see where we messed up at, or where they kind of caused us some problems, and then correct that for the next one.
And we'll finish up with Jennifer. Jennifer, go ahead.
Jennifer Partee from Let's Talk Women in Basketball. My question is for the both of you. What are your personal focus going into the next game?
Being better in the pick and rolls, not letting the guards split us, being up to touch, and then just getting it going sooner. Can't wait till second half to get going like that. I feel like I hurt the team on that one, so I'll take responsibility of that and be ready. As soon as that ball goes up.
Yeah, I think just going back to the film, like BG said, and really correcting, the little things. I think defensively, is something that, I'm gonna really try to look at and see how I could have, helped my teammates more, or there was on the box out or being more on help side. I think that's where our first steps are because I think we're really good in transition. So if we can get more stops and get out, that'll be our best offense.
Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.